at home.
Mm-hmm.
I'm at home, and yeah, my cat is just sleeping right behind me.
Ah, your cat. Lovely. Nice.
Yeah.
Okay. Have a I hope you have a good time here for today.
I'm sure I
Thank you,
will.
Sarah. Okay. I saw mm, Claudio Mayo Hermawan. Hello.
Hello,
Hello. What should I call you?
uh,
Claudia?
Claudia or Mayu.
Oh, okay. So could you are you the newcomers?
No, I'm not a newcomer.
Mm-hmm. So have you joined Britzone for the how many times?
I think today is the fourth, maybe.
Wow. So
Yeah,
how do you know Britzone?
I found it from Instagram.
Ah, thank you, Instagram. Hey. And I saw Asnia. Oh, she is still connecting to audio, maybe. Okay, I saw Galaxy S9. Who is it? Maybe can you please rename your name? Because your name is not Galaxy, right? Oh, Pak Yayan. I saw you, right? Is that you? Oh, great. Okay. So I saw, okay. Do we have Octarico here? No. Do we have Ainun? Ainun Nadira? Because I saw newcomers here. Okay. Could you please turn on your video if it's possible? Because I want to see your face. Okay. So make sure you're not don't be shy here. So just be brave and turn on your video. We're not judging you, especially when you have like maybe like what an acne or a new one. It's okay. We're not judging you here. Okay, I guess we can have so meanwhile we are waiting. I guess we can have this one. So there's a quick brief introduction about Britzone. So for those of you who are newcomers, so this one, and maybe for not a newcomers, but you want to introduce our community, or maybe you want to invite your friends, it's our pleasure. Okay, so welcome to Britzone. Britzone is the largest English community in Indonesia. Okay, it's our pleasure to have you here today. And Britzone has three values. The first one, we focus on English education, but we are not judging you based on your accent or your grammar or anything. So freely to talk because we are free and open platform. That's another value of us. So we don't charge you also. And also our committee, our conductor, our facilitator is also volunteer. So we're we don't pay for for our conductor, uh, um, our facilitator, and our committee. Okay, so we have 3 classes. The first one is BSA. It is today, starts at 7 p.m. It's focused on public speaking, namely speech, debate, interview, and etc. And today we will have a new one. Okay. And Britzone English Betterment Series, or BABS, it is tomorrow on Wednesday, starts at 7 p.m. also. And it touches 4 skills: the core in English, in learning English, such as listening, reading, writing, and also speaking. Okay, and then eventually we have on Saturday, it's Britzone Fun Day class. It's BFD, starts at 11 a.m. and it will bring various fun of topics to discuss. So make sure you can join the 3 of classes in a week for Brazil. And stay connected with us. Please keep in touch with us. You can follow us at Instagram at Britzone ID, and we are also on YouTube at Britzone English Community, and on Twitter at Britzone ID, and in Clubhouse. If you are using Clubhouse, it's Britzone English Community, and we are also in the website. It's www.britzone.id, and also it is newly, it's on Spotify, it's Britzone Podcast. So make sure you follow us. There's a lot of things to keep you updated with English. Okay, and then it is newly announced that we have Britzone official merchandise in 2022, and we have t-shirt. It is like customized design, and it is so sophisticated. So we have 3 design. It is like the black one. It is the name with Britzone Community, and that Monday, Thursday, Saturday repeat. Sorry, Tuesday, Wednesday, Saturday repeat. Okay, and then we have tote bag, we have sticker, and also notebook. So contact us if you want to know more. For further information, you can go. They have their own Instagram at Britzone Merch. And also we are in Shopee for Britzone Merch. And then you can contact Kariska here for further information, or you want to order. Okay, so there's also a special price. So on Monday, harga naik. Okay, so it's just 5 days left until 30th March. We have a special price for you, so you can scan to order or just simply just ask Kak Rizka. Okay, now we are also sponsored. It is one of our sponsors is Library of the Education and Culture Ministry, and then you can keep in touch in their Instagram at Perpustakanikbud, and then also you can sign up for becoming member of the library to access impressive resources. They have 32K book collection, audio, and also video collection. Okay, and then last but not least, we have the after class tradition, which is taking pictures together. So make sure you can turn on your video because your face, your handsome and beautiful face will be on our Instagram. Okay. And then it's previously we have offline classes and that. So make sure you check out our Instagram to keep you updated whether the class is offline or online. And then please don't leave our WhatsApp group and then just give us your feedback at this link so you don't have to remember the link because our administrator in the WhatsApp group will give you the feedback link. Okay, thank you. That's all from me. And a quick introduction about Britzone. Okay, I bet you all are ready for absorb the new knowledge and I have prepared your pen and paper for our material today. Okay, so let me greet our conductor first. Hi, Bunga.
Hi, Dewi.
Hi, are you ready?
Sure, sure. Thank you for your short introduction.
Okay, yeah, okay. So we will have our conductor is already ready for delivering the material. So she is Bunga Amelia. She is my dear friend, and then she is she has a tons of words. Like she is a former debater, and also she is a former duta bahasa. So without further ado, let's give it up for our conductor. Yay!
Okay. Thank you, Dewi, for the welcoming.
Pleasure.
So,
Okay, the screen is yours.
Okay. Hi, everyone. Good evening, the Britzoners. Let me share my screen a moment, yeah. Dewi, the host disabled me for the screen sharing.
Oh, wait.
Okay.
Please, our host, Britzone English community. It said that multiple participants can share.
Wait.
Okay. Thank you.
Done.
Okay. Let me share again. So my screen is already visible for everyone, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
But maybe can you make a slideshow?
Okay, wait.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay, good evening, everyone. Thank you for joining the class. As is already shared by our Britzoners team, that today's topic is the importance of communication in the workplace. And it should be the relaxed class, so we don't use any formal. We focus on discussing and sharing experience, maybe sharing from me and also from you guys. So just feel free to ask. Maybe you can raise hand, but if I cannot see your raise hand, maybe Dewi can inform me or just interrupt me. I think it's okay. So yeah, so without further ado, we will discuss about this topic. Yeah, so just make it free. So what we would like to discuss today is about slight introductions about me and the reasons why good communications are really important. And then what are the tips or what we should prepare for develop our communication skills. And maybe there are some barriers to create effective communications. And also you guys also can share what are your barriers. And after that, we will have focus group discussion and also representative session with our facilitator. Okay, so the short introductions about me. My name is Bunga Amelia. I was born in Surabaya, 5 May 1993. So I'm 28 years old right now. No longer young, but maybe mature enough, yeah. I finished my education, my undergraduate in Semarang State University, and I take my master at Universitas Indonesia. Both is in chemistry concentration. So I'm from mathematics and natural sciences discussion. This also leads by many questions of people like why your educational background is quite different with your working experience. But we can share later, right? And also for the informal education, as I'm also focused on risk management, also I take certified risk management. I also take the business course in ITB, and also I got managerial leadership in Hong Kong Poly and also the entrepreneurship in UBD. So why I take this managerial leadership and entrepreneurship is still when I'm in the college, right? So if you are in the college, you must have a lot of free time in your leisure time. For example, after you finish one semester and before another semester, maybe you have 2 or 3 month break. So you can use this break for joining any courses. And because we focus on workplace, career, and experience, I share my first working experience. Like when I finished my master, exactly I applied the MC program before I graduate. So because I'm quite worried after I graduate, I'm not working yet. So I start working applying very soon and accepted in management training. And also I focus on risk analysis for 3 years and I got the opportunity to become the risk manager recently. For the achievement, like we also talked that we need communications. So I got some opportunities in creating improvements, awards, and also formally I active in debating, in educating, in language ambassadors, and in outstanding students. So the first topic is why the good communications are really important. So like everyone know that good communications are on how you able to assist you become the sharing informations with you yourself and with the others. There is two-way communication. It should be need the eye contact, also the reason why you need to talk with them. So in the workplace, you will have good relationship, right, with your boss and also with your coworkers. And this roles is really need you to good communication because if you don't have good communication on how you understand your boss, your coworkers as really know what you need and how they would like to help you, for example. So you need to develop the strong communication to lead you to be more efficient, more productive, and also it give you the better opportunities for your career. This is also in the organization. For example, in the company, the employee will feel very worthy if their voice are heard. They feel the company is also respect them. And also this is what the company needs. So the effective communication is also important for the organization success. It's really different when the employee thinks that this company is no longer listen to them. They will be maybe they can be demotivated or maybe they are also unsatisfied with they working so many hours, but this company is didn't really respect on them. Okay, maybe I just next, and if you just have a question, just interrupt me. Okay. So the second one is on how you develop your communication skill. Because yeah, everyone may say that communication is important, but what are the points we have to emphasizing here? So why we focusing on this topic is because we would like to create the effective communications. Like, so what is that? Effective communication is the one who is really can engage. They are really listens to what the other person is talking, and also they can give questions, respond accordingly, and also this become great communication between one another person. So they can deliver what they want. The others also respond it correctly, and the goals is achieved. So when we are speak, it's very should be clear. We have to be confident, and also we have very friendly also with our interactions, right? So what point we have to focus? The first, because communication, we speak and also we listen. So we have to focus in listening. First, because we have to listen what others is talking to us. We need to take the close attention, and also we might give questions, response to demonstrate that basically we also interest and understanding what they are talking, right? Because if we only listen and keep silent, maybe the people will think that this guy is not listen to me, or maybe that this guy is not understand what I'm talking to. So you should be listen carefully and give response toward the speaker. The second one is you have to be confident, because if you would like to deliver something really important to the others, and how the other will believe on you if you yourself even do not confidence with yourself. So you have to build the confidence in the very first place, and this is make people good impression to you, because they will focus on you when you guys have interactions. The third one is the persuasion. The ability to persuade is very useful in the workplace, because the employers also the value who can demonstrate the skill, because it can be lead in increased productivity. For example, you are the sales and marketing guys. The ability to persuade your customer is really important here, on how you can make people believe and buy your product, for example. So you have to build this kind of ability. The fourth one is giving feedback, because as we would like to emphasize that this communication is two-way communication, and strong communication is strong to accept the feedback, because what is the need for the feedback is we got the improvement and betterment from the others. So after we listen to them, we respond and we give feedback if they need the improvement. It's also give beneficial for both of us, right? The fifth is we have to be open or open-minded, because when we talk with very people in the workplace, for example, we have to be open-minded, because we are gathered together. For example, I'm from Kalimantan, the other from Java, or even the other is from others country. So how you also need to make sure that you clear your block. Like, I only understand what Japanese people talk. No, but from every one point of view, try to sympathy to them, try to give respect always. This really makes your communication is much better toward everyone. Also the tone and the volume. Why this is important? Because you need to have setting the right atmosphere in productive conversation. It might be different when you talk professionally in office, or enjoying with the times with your family, or with your friends. So make sure you know the situation, you set your tone and volume correctly. Now, the number 7 is what I'm talking is very crucial and important is the presentation and also public speaking. Because no matter you work, wherever your role, for example, maybe some people say, I just the IT guys, which focus on the computer. I do not talk a lot with the others. Or maybe like my role in RIS is mostly is the data analyst. Only focus on typing and creating the data. So I'm not talk a lot. That is basically wrong, guys. Because when you are in the real work, you have to present your work right. You have to give the clear presentation toward your boss, toward your directions about what your work going to do, what your department is exactly do, giving what kind of improvement, for example. So this is also the key. We have to able to be always improve ourselves in this presentation skill. And this is also very important in the very first place, especially when you guys in offline meeting, make sure you have a good eye contact and also give a very strict and also good impression in the very first place. So if your beginning is really important, like really impressions, so everyone will focus on you. So this is also the trick to garner immediately in the very first place, in the first of your voice. The eighth one is empathy. What the meaning by empathy is we understand, yeah, we understand the other's emotions when it comes to communicating at work, because we look at the situations. It might be different when we talk with someone who just their family passed away, for example. But then we have a good news and just talk happily. We should understand the other feeling. That's why we have this kind of empathy is also important. The ninth one is when you are in the office, when you are gathered together, it's also need the cross-cultural communication, because your office might be very different from the other. It might be you got friends from a lot of region, even international. For example, you work in multinational company. Your bosses are from America, for example. So there will be cultural differences. So we have to respect, we have to try to understand this kind of differences. Number 10 is the conflict management. This is also important because if we cannot manage the conflict, most of people in the working space should be very sensitive. Maybe they are dislike with us, and if we cannot manage this kind of conflict, maybe we will be very not good in office if our boss know that we have a conflict with the others. So we have to try to manage this. We have to be patient, and also we focus on problem solving. Okay. The next is adapting, because you cannot communicate with everyone with the same way. So you have to choose different communication styles according to your audience. So you try to adapt very fast. Who is my audience? Whether it's a very formal, whether this is the director, or this is only my friend, or this is my family. So adapt the conditions. And the last one is we have to be updated. Like usually we have this kind of meeting in offline, but most of recently is everything in online. So we transform into the digital communications. So we have to adopt a great mindset that we have to learn up to date with this kind of media. Until here, if there's any questions before I proceed to the next page.
Is there any question? So just raise your hand for a communication. Yes, I saw Duhari. Yeah,
Okay, thank you
please.
for thank you for the opportunity. I just want to ask, so from those skills, for you, which one is the most important one? Or maybe you could choose 3 for this for those skills. Thank you.
Okay. So for me myself, because it's quite many, 12. So I prefer to focus first for myself is the presentation and public speaking first, because this also having in me, for example, from my experience, in the very first place, if you would like to working, you will get interview, you will be branded yourself, you sell yourself, like what is your ability, what is your strength, for example. So this is the skill that you need to prepare in the very first place. This is also my experience, because when I hired, for example, I should be, I'm working in multinational company and my director, I'm from others country, and it should be fully in English. So that's why English is also important. And we talk very technical because I'm English based, but it should be in English, and on how we make it important. Like we talk technically in English, but in a very fluently and still show that you are worthy. So yeah, the presentation, public speaking. The second one is the listening, because once you can present, the other will respond. So you have to respond, understand what they are talking, and also give the right response. And the third one is the confidence, because again, the confidence is emphasizing on how you believe in what you're saying and makes people also support on you. Is it, am I make myself clear enough?
Very clear. Thank you for the answer.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you. So I saw Bobby. Yes, please. Hello.
Sorry,
Hi.
my voice is audible.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, and my question is how we can recognizing other colleagues in our workplace, in the like online WFI, WAD, work from home, and then I think we can lack of communication, and then we need to recognize others, our staff, and then others in the remote works in this situation. Thank you.
Okay, so maybe this is also a question some of people, right? Because work from home make you seldom to meet your friend. Even if you are the new recruiters, you don't know who is your colleague. So my personal experience facing this is you can open at least your camera when you have a meeting, like, so at least you never meet directly, but you see the face. And then if you are invited to the meeting at 9, just try to join it early, like maybe 30 minutes or 15 minutes before, just to talk with the others for the non-formal, like before the meeting, you just can like sharing about yourself, their ability, their interest, and anything before you start the formal one. So this one also my experience on how I still know the others before even we not meeting each other. So yeah, this is my suggestion. Maybe the other who have the same experience also can share, right?
Okay, thank you, Miss Bunga, for your opinion and feedback.
Yeah. Okay, so I will continue, yeah.
Yes, please, Bung.
Okay, so this is the barriers to the effective communication, because I share you the tips what you have to develop, but sometimes some people still found this kind of barriers why they feel to quite difficult to update their communication to building. This is only four, but maybe the others can share if they also have the others feeling or experience. The first is when I talk about cultural and also language difference. For example, you are working with the other college from the other country, or even it's only from the other region, Indonesia, is you are in a very different cultures. You are feeling that you don't understand what they are doing. And to overcome this kind of barrier is to respect this kind of culture. At least you can find this common same ground for making the interaction. So at least you maybe can starting with the topics that's very common. For example, the weather. The weather is now is rainy heavily. Some area is coming floods or talking about the food. So at least make this kind of barrier is decrease. So number two, the other variance is most of people is likely to judging the others. When we are having discussions, it's also really important to not judge your personal difference aside to give the to make everyone in the same page. So you cannot blaming the others because of some region and you dislike this kind of people from this region and you just judging, you not listening carefully. That's totally wrong. So you have to try to not judging to make your mindset is clear very first, and also make sure you guys start to communicate and in the same page. So we are so ready for that. Number third, the other barriers is the lack of enthusiasm. So what does it mean? For example, me, for the girl, I didn't really like for football, but my partner is talking about the football match last night. Still, we have to showing that we try to understand what they are talking, right? We should be trying to look still enthusiasm, like giving response, like who is the winner and why and so on. So it's also give a good one. So because if we really show that we are didn't like interact, it only give the negative impact. So you to eradicate this is you need to giving interest toward the informations, what they are sharing, what we are saying. So we have to be very enthusiastic, yeah. And the fourth is the physical barriers is maybe from the environment, like the noisy backgrounds, bad hearings, speech difficulties. Yeah, so we have to understand what are our physical barriers. For example, from the background noise, maybe we can go to somewhere more silent. But for the other issues, like maybe most of us is really nervous in having public speaking, or we cannot become suddenly speechless in front of the stage, for example. So we have to understand ourselves first. What is our barriers in talking, public speaking, in talking with the others? After that, we can focus on our likeness and trying and also keep learning to our focus. For example, most of people is I'm nervous, so you are no longer nervous. For example, like that. Also, to overcome this, maybe you can have to see the other, like you have a great rules in speaking. You can look at them, you learn the guide and everything, or even you take the formal education focusing on developing yourself. So there is a lot of way basically. So those basically I'm only focused on this. So we already noticed the importance on how to develop and what are the barriers and how to overcome on this. So before we come to the FGD, maybe any one of you would like to share your experience. I also see Mr. Omar here. Mr. Omar is my teacher, so maybe you can share your experience, like whatever about the communication, about speaking. Maybe you ever have the key to develop your skill, please. Thank you.
So, am I loud enough to be heard?
Yeah.
Yes, loud and clear.
Yes.
Okay, hi, Bunga. It's nice to see you again.
Yeah, it's quite long, right?
Yeah, it's been a while. First thing first, my name is Omar. I've worked in several companies, whether it's private or government institutions. My last job was I worked with the Bank of Indonesia as the regional investor relations officers, and I agree with everything that Bunga said. Yes, communication is actually really critical in not just in working actually, because we are social creatures, so we need to communicate. We need to communicate with others. And personally, for me, if I may summarize everything, the most important thing that you need to understand is that you need to consider one key factor is that, sorry, two key factors. The first thing is what you want to say, and the second is who are you talking to. So that's the most important thing, because what we want to say may need some slight adjustments, depends on the persons that we are talking to. Okay, I guess probably that's it, because the key of communication is to be understood, because if you have any messages or any ideas that you want to deliver while the other persons cannot understand you, so it cannot be called as communication as well, because the ideas cannot be understood. So the most important thing is to, as what I always say to some of my friends, simplify your mind, simplify what you want to say. That's the most important thing. Avoid complications. Keep the complications in your head only, but deliver it simply. For me, I guess that's it. And yeah, I agree. The rest, it's all about confidence. It will be quite a waste if you have lots of ideas, but you don't have the confidence or the courage to even deliver the ideas. So for me, from my perspective, I believe those are the things that we need to have if you want to develop your communication skills, whether it's as a public speaker or as a professional or even as an individual, because those are the things that you need to do if you want to survive the societies nowadays, actually. Okay. Back to you, Bunga. Thank you very much for the opportunity. It was lovely.
Okay, thank you very much for your sharing experience and also feedback, Mr. Omar. If there's any others would like to share the experience or maybe like the other barriers before we go to the FGD, right, Dewi? How many times we have before we
Right.
go to FGD, right?
Right. So you still have 5 minutes remaining. So anybody else wants to share their experience in the workplace? Oh, I see Beverly.
Okay, but before me, could you see Sarah first?
Oh, yeah. You can, Sarah.
Okay, now I just want to add something. Mr. Omar just pointed out a few good points, but I want to add one thing. Communication doesn't come naturally. Although, yes, we're social creatures, but some people have a hard time communicating with others. So the key to actually develop your communication skills for me is to practice, either with yourself or with a partner. So in my own experience, I started out with practicing by just talking to myself, having a conversation with myself. As crazy as it sounds, it's true. So for example, if I were to give a speech the next day, I decided to just write a few outlines of the speech and then try to make that speech for myself. So I am my own audience, so I don't feel like I'm being judged by anyone. And then I asked my 1 or 2 friends to actually watch me have that speech. And then, yeah, so that kind of built my confidence because now I actually have an audience, although I know them, but still an audience. And it trained me to become more confident, to build that confidence and to take away the nervousness that I had previously. And then so yeah, the key, yeah, I mean, my point is just practice. Practice makes perfect. I know you've heard this a lot, but it's true. You're allowed to talk to yourself, to have a conversation with yourself, if that helps you gaining your inner confidence to speak to others. So if you're going to tell me that, oh no, I'm a very shy person, that's no excuse. You can still talk to yourself and try to gain that confidence within yourself. That's it. Thank you.
Right.
Thank you,
Thank you,
Sarah.
Sarah.
Yeah, indeed, practice makes make perfect, right?
Right. Oh, I'm sorry. Okay. Now, Beverly, do you want to share your experience? Because I saw that you raised your hand and then you write on
Oh,
chat.
all right. Yeah, sorry, I channel. You're right. Honestly, we're on the same page for everything you shared, Bunga. But just only one thing that, for me, according to my experience, sometimes we are facing it in uncommon places, such as maybe you have a dictator boss, for example. So it's not real pretty common in our communication. Also, we have a breakdown communication when we have different style of communication because we have different personality and how to communicate well. It depends upon about our personality, right? But for me, the important things to communicate well, of course, you are willing to be a good listener. This is the first point for me because I got experience before that. Yeah, I have my boss that's really a dictator, so always break down our neck. I like that. So not really able to be a good listener for us, and it's pretty hard to adapt well with that hard situation. Also, sometimes becoming really a trouble in our communication. We should understand each other, but when we are going to deliver our opinion, or even when we want to pick someone's brains, our boss's brains, sometimes it's pretty tough because my boss always try to avoid everything like that because of the style of communication of both of us is totally different. But for me, the most important thing in our social life, also in our professional life, is willingness to be a good listener. That's all. Thank you, baby.
Right.
Thank you
Okay,
for
thanks for
sharing.
sharing, Beverly. Okay, so you can continue, Bunga. So what's after the summary?
Okay,
Straight to the
so
activity or what?
yeah, after we will have focus in group discussions, right? I think that we also have divided team into several, and each team also have the facilitator. We hope that we will be, some of the team will be focused on this discussion. Everyone can speak, share their opinion and discuss. And at the end of this, we have the representative session from each group to deliver what is the result of the discussion. Maybe the details will also guide from the facilitator, right? Yeah, because we would like to talk about the workplace, maybe we try to help what are the departments and what are our initiatives towards the project improvement and so on, right? So this is time for FGD.
Okay, great. Thank you, Bunga. What a jaw-dropping presentation from you. And such an honor to have you here and giving us an incredible insight about communication in workplace. And I couldn't agree more that good communication skills are essential to allow others and also yourself to understand information more accurately and quickly. And the quality of communication in the workplace can also eliminate unnecessary problems and promote better performance. So once again, let's give this moment a big applause, guys. Okay, I bet all of you are excited for today's FGD session. So you will be divided to several breakout rooms by our Zoom host today, Kak Dika, and accompanied by our fantastic facilitator this evening. And they are, so Kak Amanda, hi.
Hello, Kak Sophia. Hello, everyone. Nice to meet you.
Hello. Okay, and Kak Beverly.
Alright, hi everyone.
Hi. And we have Kak Irfan. Hi.
Hi, Sophia. Hi, everyone.
Hi. And we have Kak Coco.
Hello, Dewi. Hello, Britzoners.
Hi. And we have Kak Ani.
Hi, listeners. Nice to meet you.
Hi. And we have Kak Ulan. Halo, Kak.
Everyone, good evening.
Hi, good evening, Kak. And we have Kak Helga.
Hello, everyone. Good evening and nice to meet you all.
Hi, Kak Helga. Nice to see you. And we have Kak Rizka.
Hello, everyone. Nice to meet you all.
Hello, nice to meet you too, Kak Rizka. Okay, so you will have around 20 to 25 minutes for a discussion. So have fun in your discussion, guys. See you.
So everyone go to breakout room.
Yes, that's right. And we are waiting for them. And it's just Kadika and me and you in the main door.
All right. Maybe you can share the Miss Bunga maybe can share the FGD job desk here, so we can give the view for our YouTube viewers.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Right. Especially, I'm curious about the risk management.
Okay. So basically what we will focus in focus discussion, I think the others also make this kind of discussion, right? So I try to make everyone is imagines they are member of the new company, startup company. For example, we define, for example, financial services. Also, each group will focus on topic that I have provided. And it should be in every company. There is also department. I choose for department here randomly from the HR and people development, the risk management, the IT, and also the sales and marketing. I expect that everyone can share the idea by speak up a lot for the improvement, what are really important from this department to do in the very first place, in the very first year of this startup company. And after that, everyone have an idea and we make the prioritizations. Like for this year, what are the projects we would like to do first and the others and the next. At least they imagine, for example, this company in the next 2 years, they have to set the priority and give the reasons why they choose that. But maybe from each group, they only focus on one topic. For example, they only topic in HR and people development. So for us, we would like to focus on maybe from some topic, yeah. For example, me from the risk management, we have Dewi from the people development, maybe because you like training and also give sharing to others, and the others maybe from that team. Okay.
Right. Okay. So you know me so well for the people development.
I think you like people a lot, Dewi.
Right.
Am I right?
I love people. Right.
You like communicating. You like
Right.
interactions with the others.
Okay.
Yeah. So maybe we choose, for example, financial services, because this is my background, so I'm quite understand for this, right? Okay, so my opinion first about the financial service as the risk team. For the financial service, basically, this company is trying to give the loan to giving credit for better living. For example, you would like to have a car, and you give us the loan for having car, and you pay its credit. So, what is the risk over here? What is the risk when we give credit to others people? The first one is we don't know who is our potential debtor, whether they are risky enough, whether they have capability to pay us in credit, right? So we have to know what is KYC, know your customer very well. So we have to conduct the survey, we have to analyze this, where is the worker, where is the home, etc. So this is also the credit risk, is the point on how you have capability to assess your debtor, to repay, to pay, and the business needs money, right? So you get the interest from that. Interest. Okay, so my suggestion project is to make the scoring system to create the assessment from some parameter in which level our debtor is, whether they are in low risk, medium risk, or high risk. So we can treat them based on their risk. So maybe that is from my idea. And let's share the other's opinion, idea, and discussing.
Okay, thank
And by
you.
the way, we have questions from YouTube. From Rizky Nur Maulana, she asked that can we explain about the principle of life which is not the same with the others? The principle of life, the different principle of life.
Principle of life. So it's quite general questions, right?
Yeah, quite general.
Sorry. The principle of life for what?
Explain about the principle of life, which is different with the others. It's slightly ambiguous, I think, for the question.
Yeah. Maybe they would like to say that we have the principle, and the other people also have the other principle. So I think that's not the problem, right? Because you also have stance where you are. It's okay to be different as long as this is instilled in the right manner. So when also we talk to people in different principle, we also need to understand that we are different. So never push their principles is become like ours because different. But the thing is we have to respect, right? Respect each other is really important in this case for pressing the different principle for each individual. Maybe the other have opinion too.
All right. Okay, I hope it answers your question, yeah, Rizky. Thank you, Ms. Bunga, for the answer.
Okay, so back to our focus group discussion, and thank you for the question from YouTube.
And my background is very noisy with the music one.
Yeah, it's hurt. Yeah, the surrounding is hurt.
Yeah.
But is it really disturbing?
No,
Slightly, but
Okay.
not that
Yeah.
extreme.
Your sound still audible.
Okay.
I
So
mean
my
your
sound-
voice.
Yeah, my voice
No,
is still
it's
louder
okay.
than the background. Right?
No.
Yeah, because
Okay.
unexpected situation, right? I don't know, the traffic jams in Jakarta is so crazy.
It is so crazy. It is not in Jakarta if you don't have any traffic jam or you don't meet any traffic jam. Okay, so back to our focus group discussion. So because I'm assigned from HR and people development. So maybe I'm inspired from our initial meeting from Britzone. So we have to bond, we have to create a bonding for each of the division. So I want to like suggest that because communication is also better if we know like the background of the people first. So we have to like create a bonding, something like that. Like maybe there's a gathering in a company, but maybe not a lot of company like knowing about this. So I want to like suggest that. And I'm also inspired from Brazil. Okay, maybe that's all.
Oh. We still have around 15 minutes, yeah, for this talk show. Maybe we can. Okay, maybe let me share screen, yeah, for our. Okay. And then maybe I want to ask to Ms. Bunga about the risk management, and then it asks for using machine machine for scoring. What does it mean actually?
Pardon? Oh, so the example project in
management.
the slide, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, the example
So
project.
do you guys ever heard about what is machine learning?
I'm not.
No.
Okay.
It's like an AI or something like that.
Yeah. It should be like the machines that you understand about the pattern. So instead of using human understanding, human brain, they can learn by themselves and give you recommendation to give a decision. So for example, the machine learning basically need the historical data. For example, we give some data sets toward some applications, their performance, whether they are eventually can pay the debt or no, and then their locations, their what kind of car they are take off, and also what is their installment and so on. After this kind of machine learning is learned from our historical data to set the pattern. So which one, this pattern will give you the scoring toward the good one. The other one is score you toward the bad one for the other thing, for example. So this pattern is doing by the robot, by this kind of machine. So we just look at the result and try to take the line between the business line with this kind of machine learning decisions and also recommendations. So this is make human to be more easier and also more efficient in their work because they help by this kind of machine learning. But the idea is that this kind of handy tools is not free. It's quite pricey, right? Because they serve us very easy in working, something like that.
So the pattern, is it from the HR department or where is it come from?
The what?
The pattern that you already mentioned.
The
pattern for the machine, like they produce.
Okay, yeah. This kind of machine is basically learn by themselves to learn the pattern. For example, from which people, from which area, the pattern show them to give to not capable or give the good performance of credit because of maybe because of some certain area from down payment, because it's also known that you buy a car with down payment 15%, your performance might be different with the other who give you 40% down payment, meaning that they are more capable. This kind of pattern is learning by machine through themselves, so not supported by people, by HR, by risk. No. It's quite cool to have them.
Oh, I see. And then for sales and marketing, I'm curious why is the exhibition like for selling something from their division? Hello.
Hello.
Can you hear me?
Okay. From sales marketing, maybe everyone's already understand the focus of sales and marketing, right? Selling.
Yeah, I already understand. Yeah. Exhibition. Yeah, maybe the exhibition like making a booth for that company. Yeah. Introduce that company to attract the society, a large number of people. Yeah. To use the application or buy the product from the company. Yeah.
Right.
So
introduce
maybe,
to everyone.
So maybe the others didn't know the existence of our company, or maybe like what is our company product sell. So just join the exhibitions, make everyone notice what we are doing, and give some special package. Maybe it's kind of good to have more people coming to us. Yeah.
Right. Especially we are like imagining us that are like members of a startup company, right? In the focus group discussion, right? Okay, so do we have another question from the YouTube chat or
wait?
Oh,
From YouTube, yeah. Rizky says thank you. That's it. No others. We let's discuss on the slide again. Maybe I want to ask, what is the difference between the program, especially the risk management and the IT system? Because Bunga in advance says that using the robot, the machine, it's computerized to make people's work easier. I think what's the difference between the IT and risk management program? I guess it's quite similar.
Yep. Maybe some company they merge the IT and risk people, but basically it's different role. For example, when I talk about data, yes, it's come from IT, but the risk one is who make the decisions, who understand the business and also take the decision. For example, when you have the application data, you have to the IT system to support your data, like you entry this kind of data to the warehouse where this data is documented, and also everything very technical like that. But most of for example, the IT didn't really understand, get the business sense. What I mean by the business sense, they only gather the data, but the analytics is who is done by the risk team. They give his data, they understand this kind of data to make the value. For example, they would like to analyze on what the impact of the pandemic in our company. So they assess whether if there's any people become overdue in payment. For example, previously people pay never overdue, but because of the pandemic, they overdue more than 10 days, more than 30 days, or even like months. Or the others is they request for the restructure to postpone their placement. So basically, this kind of IT guys can give you this data. This the number of people who do restructure during the pandemic, and this data of people who not pay their loan. That's it. And the risk should be think between this risk, between this data, what is the correlation? What is the reason behind it? So we have like deep dive analysis on that. So maybe we have to better understanding in the business value, and also after we look at the data, we come up with the recommendations how to overcome this kind of problem, so on and so forth.
I see. Yeah, kind of. The IT is the brain, and the risk management is to actuate the program that made by IT, right? Actuate, and the IT is the master, right, for the system.
So they will have discussion until 8:10, yeah.
5 minutes left.
Oh, okay.
So actually that you like in the previous in the slides, is that the element of communication, or just in general, or just communication in the workplace, the element?
It should be, yeah. It should be in general, right? Because yeah, communication is not only in the workplace. For example,
That's
you are the business girl, so you have to
Yes.
communicate. You are not in the really office, but you have to communicate with your partners. So yeah,
Right.
communicate in general, not only workplace, but it is really it really used in the workplace. Yeah, I also like learn a lot from the experience, because I got interview in this current office. I got interview with the directions. The director is come from China, so he gave me two options. He would like to interview in English or in Mandarin. Yeah, maybe I look like quite Chinese, but I cannot speak Mandarin, right? So yeah, English is the choice. And yeah, he also speak quite fast. So yeah, listening is important. And after that, I also should be interviewed by the next level in their shareholder, when their shareholder is coming from the America. So yeah, again, English speaking communication is really matter in this place. Yeah, everyone will feel that. So
Okay, right. Okay. And then also I'm curious about the 5 types of communication, that verbal communication, non-verbal, something like that. Is it the same? Non-verbal communication, is it the same as personal or something like that?
You remind me about something. There is what kind of language? Also, we remember that there is how many kinds of love language, something like that. Like yeah. It should be different in verbal and written communication, right? But both is important. But for example, what I'm just talking right now is in most in verbal and speaking, because it's like the way you listen, the way you present is in verbal. But in written, it should be you have clear and concise to make everyone understand. But maybe in written, it's like you can be more prepared because, for example, you write the email, you can check the grammar, you can check everything. But in verbal, when you directly meet that, you don't have this time to prepare. So the thing is like you prepare it by yourself before you in the real conditions, right? Yeah, maybe before you having speech, you try in front of mirror how to create the good speech, something like that.
Right. So in all of the type of communication, is there any of the main communication, the like several main communication skills that we have to master?
What my suggestion is that there is everyone maybe have the different type of their speaking language, something like that. But the first is you have to identifying your likeness first. Like my example, maybe you have the like in speaking in front of people, you got nervous, or maybe you cannot do speak well without the preparations and something like that. So after knowing your likeness, your weakness, you try to practice that. After that, focusing in skill that I have shared, for example, listening, giving empathy, understand your audience, so on and so forth. It's also good. And also try to minimize the barriers, like never just people only before they speaking or only because you dislike with the appearance, something like that. That's so bad, right? So yeah, minimize the barriers, know yourself, practice, and also try to focus in what you're going to do.
I see. I'm curious because during this pandemic, we have like the communication system maybe like terminated because of the signal. I mean, because a lot of meetings is nowadays they are having in a Zoom meeting, something like that.
Guys, the time is up. We should close the breakout room. Thank you for the talk show.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you, Bunga.
Thank you, Dewi.
Thank you, Bunga and Dewi.
Thank you, the
Welcome
host.
back, guys. Welcome
back.
Hi. How's your discussion, guys?
It's really great.
Yeah,
Of
very
course.
well. Went well.
Yeah, of course, we are running out of time.
Need more time, actually. Come on, Britzone.
Like as usual.
Wow. Okay, I'm excited to hear all of their idea, and I bet all of us too. Okay, are we all of us back yet? So, is it? Okay. We are still waiting. Is it all of us? Okay. So, thank you. Okay, now let's hear it from the representative from which one, guys? Okay, so do we have Beverly here?
All right, I'm here.
You are from the risk manager.
Right.
Risk management, right?
The hardest one, right?
Yes, that's right.
Yeah, of risk management. Why I got this one? Okay, so in our group we have Rasid, Lulu, and Gunawan, and will be the representative is Rasid. Hi, Rasid. Rasid, are you with us? Hi, Rasid. Okay, so going to Lulu then.
Yeah.
Okay. Lulu, so go ahead.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry before because I couldn't activate my camera because of the connection problem. And we have discussed about risk management. Actually, I kind of agree that that is hardest one topics for tonight discussion. So in our room, we have discussed about risk management that we know. For example, for the communication, and then for the financial, and then what is we have experience about it. Uh, in For example, for the financial risk management, it will be no, because for the example is to find how the going concern of the company related to the revenues and then the expense and how to manage it to be perform well, and then also for the communication, maybe we have the project. If we have projects, we have to make some discussion. Also, one of us has experienced that if there's he has a project, and then his boss is making our plans, and then if one plans are failed, then make the another one, make the another one. Maybe that's just the example for the risk management that we have discussed. Okay, thank you.
Okay, thank you, Lulu, for sharing. What a great point. Okay, so is there any comments from you, Bung? Because we know this is the hottest one.
Yeah. I got the points. Like they focus on how the company should retain the revenue and also the expenses. Sorry, what the company refers to for this group belongs to in which sector? For example, your company for this group.
Really sorry because it's the hardest one, so we didn't discuss about that. Just only focus on what kind of project would you like to run. Yeah, like that. Thank you.
Okay, yeah. But I got the point. It's also so great to share and discuss lah. At least risk is like focusing in every of our activity. There is risk, and the point is like on how we mitigate this kind of risk. So this is great for this company. Like we can mitigate the risk to get more revenue and also expenses to minimize it. Like what they are saying. This is great. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Bunga, and thank you for sharing your representative. Thank you also, Kak Lulu, for sharing your discussion. Okay, so yeah, there's a lot of risk in the company, so that's why risk management is also important in a company. So that's why it's the hottest, not the hardest. Okay, so we have in from IT management. I am curious to hear. Do we have Kak Ani?
Yes, Sophia. I'm here.
Okay.
Yes. Okay, everyone. So in my group, I have 4 participants. Bule, Ainun as the first timer, and Nining and also Omar. Fun fact, no one of us is an IT person, but we have to discuss, that kind of IT thing. Okay, Omar, go ahead and explain what we have discussed, the problems and the solutions. Hi, Omar.
Okay. Well, the problem is none of us understand IT actually, so it's quite a challenge. But we'll try. We try to simplify everything. The case that we were trying to build was we work for a startup company. Our specification is, let's say, we want to improve our online shop, and part of our responsibility is to connect our customers, which is the UMKM owners, to their customers. So we connect the buyers and the sellers. And the case that we were discussing is that how can we make their communications, as our topic today, to their clients more effectively? Is it enough by only providing them with a chatting features like what we have nowadays in Shopee or Lazada? So we have lots of ideas. Most of the ideas related to marketing. It's good actually. We need to conduct more market research. We need to highlight the interesting part or the strength or the specific value of the UMKM owners to their customers. So hopefully that their products can be sold more popularly. The problem is that we haven't solved is that how can we make the communications, how can we bridge the communications more effectively? Is it enough by providing chatting features? And there is an idea that pops up. What if we connect our applications to WhatsApp? So all of the UMKM vendors who join us, we make them a WhatsApp business account, so that their customers can contact them not only from our applications, but can also privately to the WhatsApp account. The biggest problem that we are facing is that sometimes it cannot be supervised accordingly. And thus, this is where we need to put in stress. We need to supervise the communications via WhatsApp. And that's we ended up in that part. We haven't made any decisions yet because we ran out of time, unfortunately. Okay, I guess that's all that we can deliver to all of you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Kak Omar. Wow, it's also related to nowadays, like using the WhatsApp, and it is a great idea. Even though maybe if your group has more than 20 minutes, then maybe more of ideas, more of great ideas. So thank you for sharing. Okay, so is there any comments from you, from our conductor?
Yeah, it's also really great, and it's really like what we are facing today. Like online shop is our one-stop solution. So it's really great this kind of online shop and to connect to WhatsApp. WhatsApp is also where our communication is changed to. Like before, we only send texting message or WeChat or Telegrams. Now everyone is focused on WhatsApp. So these two things is connected. This is really great. Thank you.
Okay, I'm so sorry, guys. I forgot to mute myself, so I talked to myself alone. Okay, so now we have after risk and we have IT. So now we will have from HR. We have Kak Ulan. Do we have Kak Ulan here? Hello, Kak.
Yeah, hello. Hello, Sophia.
Hello.
Yeah. Okay, thank you for the opportunity. In our group, we have Ilham, Sarah, and then Claudia, and Dina. Oh, and Arif, but he moved to another group because the connection. And we discussed about our HR and people development department in catering startup. So we know that startup, but we choose the industry's catering. And the representative will be Sarah. Are you there?
Yep, I'm here. Well,
Yeah.
I'm technically not here, but you can see a coco right there.
Okay. I miss you.
Okay, yeah. Right, I'm not quite sure because none of us is actually working in HR or people development. But we did talk about setting up a startup company working in food and beverage industry, which is catering. And so the idea is to the first step is to set up our business plan, which includes job positions, working hours, workplace, business unit strategy, etc. And then the next step is to do research on cuisine trends and also competitors, since we're moving in the catering industry. And then we're planning to rent a house, not a house, sorry, a warehouse for production and one for storage. And next one is we're going to start off by recruiting the locals to work with us and also give samples to them, just to to have them taste our products. And then we're going to provide trainings for employees to introduce the company's culture as well as study their expertise to contribute to the company, of course. And we're also going to anticipate the risks by planning alternative or backup plans, which I don't know what because I don't work in that department specifically. Then we're planning to create a conducive working environment by organizing monthly or annual events to promote wellness, because employees' wellness is the most crucial thing to have to run a business successfully. And then we're going to set benchmarks to measure our monthly performance in achieving our goal or target. And once we reach the target, we're going to celebrate every milestone by awarding higher performance employees via bonus or any other form of incentives. That is all for me. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk.
Okay, thank you, Sarah. Wow, I really love your idea because you and your group imagine that you are from the if I'm not mistaken, Catherine group, right? So
Yes, that's
Yeah.
right.
like yeah, so I love your idea. The first thing to do, like the research, and you you mentioned that the most like it is the fundamental about the research, and also like I couldn't agree more to that, like the employees, something like that. Wow, okay, is there any comments from you, Bunga?
Yeah, it's really great idea. I also heard they would like to give training to employee, right? This is also the great idea as HR to give training, to give like using this really the way of people to development. And also I heard on how the bonus and incentive is here. This is really good points to motivate everyone to work to give more bonus. So this is also great to compensate everything. Great, great work.
Okay, thank you. And last but not least, it's like the fundamental division from sales. Okay, do we have Kak Rizka?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay, yes, please, Kak Rizka.
Okay, so we have I think we got the most common one. It's the topic that all facilitators are fighting for. Like, can I pick this one? Can I this? But sorry, not sorry. I got this one. So it's really a fun discussion because I think all of the members familiar with that, and I will choose Duhari to represent our sales and marketing group. Yay! Please go ahead. Time is yours.
Well, thank you everyone for the opportunities. And actually, I'm so excited to represent our discussion, and I'm so nervous at the same time. And
Don't be.
and actually, we discussed to sell our product, and it is a Britzone merchandise. And we are as a sellers and marketers, we have a plan which is divided into 3 years or 3 steps. And the first one is training to be a better salesman or a marketer. And then it's still in the first year, we have to make a market research. And actually, we have to find the information about who is interested into our product, especially our Britzone merchandise like sticker and t-shirt. And then after that, for the second year, we absolutely do a promotion. Actually, there would be 2 ways in our discussion. There will be online and offline promotion, and actually it depends to the market research. If there is a lot of people as a teenager who interested to our product, maybe we could sell it into an account in Instagram or at the other social media. And for the last, it would be the evaluation. I would say it would be the best. The most important, the crucial part in doing selling and marketing, because while evaluating our selling and marketing, we can calculate our profit. And if we could get any information about does the sale works well or not, and we could improve it in the next term. I think so. And that's it. Thank you for the chance.
Wow, thank you, Duhari, for sharing discussion from your group. And yes, sales and marketing there's a lot of like facile like it's become like rebutan ya Kak. Okay. And yeah, it is the fundamental also in a company. And is there any comments from you, Boom, from sales and marketing?
Yeah, really crucial, and they are also very well prepared. Like they prepare in some 3 stages in preparation plus and also market research. That's very important in marketing to compete in the markets, right? So I think they got a strategy that's really good. Thank you.
It is so right. So actually, so if you want to order or merchandise, so you can click the link below. Okay. So now, after that, is there any closing statements from you, Bunga?
Okay, I really enjoyed this class. It's like, thank you everyone for being listens and also actively participate. I hope everyone of us is like having great discussions, focusing in our development, practice more to have better communication, and of course, it's create better opportunities in career, in our life, and everything. So really, thank you for everyone. Thanks, Dewi.
Okay, yeah. So I saw that in the chat, you can get a discount. So 5 days remaining. Okay, and thank you. And we have still have minutes for a question and answer. So any one of you wants to ask something to Bunga? Okay, so Kak Duhari.
Oh,
Hari
thank you.
Adrian.
Yes.
Thank you, Kak Dewi. So, speaking of risk management, actually, I'm working as an internal auditor that really related to the risk management. And I just want to ask about how your company manage the risk every year, because I believe that maybe all of us believe that there will be a lot of changes, a lot of development of the business itself. So it would change the risk in the company. So what is your maybe method or way to resolve the risk each year or every term? That's it. Thank you.
Thank you for the questions, Duhari. Yes, we are really close, like risk and audit departments. As I'm working in financial services, I also supervised by OJK, and basically OJK is also give our the self-awareness and also questionnaires whether in risk health and whether we are facing how health are. So the first is like in managing risk, we have to mitigate what are the risks. But before the mitigate, we have to rely on what are the problem we are facing, what are the risks coming from activity. So what I understand is that we have really knows about our product. For example, there is sales and marketing team who sell the product. We should involve in that product. We know the risk and also we mitigate. After that, after this product is launched, we have to be monitor whether this product is giving profit or only make us is more suffer. So we have evaluating and assessing in every product for launching. Also, we have to understand in deep dive in mitigation and also monitoring and also updating with the current situation. For example, in financial services during the pandemic, there is a lot of restructure and so on. So we analyze the situations, we calculate the risk, we see the performance and give the recommendation. So like we have to communicate very well with other departments, we monitor, and also we give recommendations based on our analysis, something like that.
So if I could conclude that we should get involved to the other department. Yeah, I think so.
Should be, yeah, communicate with everyone because the risk is there.
Yeah, okay. They are the owner of the risk.
Yeah, because like when we talk operational risk, is in every department there is, yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you for the question and the answer from our conductor. And then we have Kak Rian.
Hi, good evening. Am I audible?
Yes, sure.
Thank you, MC, right, for this kind of opportunity. So first and foremost, I just would like to say that it's a spectacular topic. Thank you, Miss Bunga, for delivering the spectacular topic for tonight, right? Let me strike to the point for this question. So regarding about the topic is you bring the topic is about communications, right? Communications and how to I mean, make the good or most important communication style that we have to use in workplace, right? So my question is do you have any step or tips and tricks? What is the most effective way whenever we would like to use the communications, or we can say that communication organizations, right? In workplace, for example, that we would like to communicate with our boss or our leader in organization. So do you have any steps? What is the most effective way? So yeah, because sometimes seems like the facilitator mentioned before, seems that our boss or our leader, they act like detective for us because they have a power. So do you have any tips or step? What kind of style of communication that we have to use? So that's it. Thank you, Miss Bunga.
Okay, thank you for your questions, Rian. So my tips and recommendations, like I try it for myself, is like practice makes perfect, right? For example, if you are the owner of projects or like you would like to deliver your presentation, so make sure you really understand what you're going to talk to be. If you would like to present, you understand, you give practice here at home. For example, you can practice in front of my mirror and evaluate yourself whether you are confident enough, whether you can you can also imagine what are the upcoming questions from the audience, so you can mitigate with what kind of the answers. That for the presentation, for example. Also, if you're talking about your boss or your colleague with different character, the thing is that knowing your customer, for example, knowing your patients, also your partner, really like the character of your boss is you have to know in the very first place, so you know how to communicate them. For example, you can talk very different with the people which is very sensitive, so you have to be more careful. So the first thing you have to understand your who is your audience, that is maybe your friend, boss and colleague. After that, you can understand how to communicate with them after you know the character. This is also important. That's all for me. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Okay, I'm so sorry, guys, due to the time constraint, so we cannot have more question from our Zoom. So now we have one more question from the YouTube. Yes, Kak Dika, maybe you
Okay.
can yeah.
There is a question from Rizky Nur Maulana. Okay. Do you have any idea to practice our communication skill at speaking, or do you have recommendation the course which open for training speaking communication? From Rizky.
Okay, thank you for the questions. So basically, on how to improve our communication, like I talked before, you can first practice it by yourself. I mean, like you try to evaluate your weakness. You find a way to evaluate them. For example, you are a type of persons that cannot speaking a lot in front of public. You're getting nervous, so you understand how to overcome it by practicing by yourself. The second one, you also find a friend to have practice. Like you can find a friend who has the same goals to you to improve your both communication better. So you can practice each other. And for the courses, basically there is a lot of free courses. Like you can find in LinkedIn, for example, there's a lot of courses that they provide you. Just type in communication and there are some classes, or even in YouTube, it's also really work. So just try in any source of media there is. So it's really great if you can have this kind of practice. That's all. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Marvelous. Right. And also for the speaking partner, maybe you can come to Brazil. Okay. So, okay, now, so I'm so sorry, guys, for the FGD and also for the question due to that time constraint. So I hope you understand. And I'm also thankful for your understanding. Okay, so now we come to our after class tradition is a photo session. Okay, I hope we can gain and implement your sharing knowledge as soon as possible, Bunga. And next, we will have a photo taken by our amazing host,
I'm
Kak
sorry, I
Dita.
cannot make it. Maybe do you mind? Yeah.
Okay, sure. Okay, then. So we have two slides over here. So you can turn on your video because we want to take a picture together, and make sure please don't chat while I'm taking a picture because maybe your face is like covered with the chat. Okay, so is everyone ready? Okay, I will take a picture. Okay, I will count 1, 2, 3. Okay, wait a sec. Sorry, wait a sec. Okay, so our next picture, our next slides in the second one. Wait. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Okay, great. Thank you, guys. Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you, everyone. Please
Thank you,
don't forget
everyone.
to purchase our merchandise.
I'm already
Later
with
on,
that.
later
I'm
on we
ready.
will share the
Wow,
link.
thank you.
Wait.
Thank you for
Yeah,
ordering.
we will share on the participants group, yeah, in WhatsApp group. Yeah.
Okay, fantastic. Once again, thanks for being here.